Fallingwater 101, Western Pennsylvania Conservancy, and Fallingwater organizational charts. Let's start with administration. First, we have the WPC Board of Directors. Reporting directly to the board is the Office of the President and CEO, who happens to be Tom Saunders. And then the next level down will be the VPs of the Western Pennsylvania Conservancy, and they are the directors of their particular program. So this will show you exactly how many different departments the WPC has. So let's start on the left with the VP of Land Conservation, who is Sean Fenlon. Directly under Sean is Land Protection and Stewardship. Then moving to the right, we have the VP of Watershed Conservation, and that's Jennifer Chrisman. And then her program is Watershed Conservation that is under her. Moving to the right, Vice President of Government and Community Relations is Cynthia Caro. Under Cynthia would be things like public revenue generation, government relations, public policy, community greening, natural heritage statewide program, and conservation science. Next is the Fallingwater division. So VP of the WPC and Director of Fallingwater is Justin Gunther. The various departments that fall under Justin are Education, Visitor Services, the Museum Store, Cafe, Preservation and Collections, Security, and Maintenance. Moving on to the right, we have Institutional Advancement. The VP is Jenny McIntyre. Under Jenny, we have Philanthropy and Private Fundraising, Membership, Communication, Marketing, and Education. So that would be education for the WPC. Next, we have the Chief Financial Officer. The VP is Liz Cuthbert. She reports directly to the Board of Directors. Under Liz would be Financial Affairs, Investment, Oversight, Budgeting, Insurance, etc. All General Accounting. Also Management of Grants and Accounting, HR, IT, Compliance and Auditing, and Board Reporting. So you might be surprised to realize that some of the staff at the barn who work in accounting, such as payroll and management and grants accounting, actually work at Fallingwater, but they are considered to be part of the WPC. And as I mentioned, HR and IT also fall under this department as well. And then moving on, we're going to focus in on Fallingwater. And of course, the VP and Director of Fallingwater is Justin Gunther. Directly kind of under Justin is the Senior Administrator of Special Projects, and that's Clinton Piper. And then going down, we'll look at the rest of the senior staff, beginning with the Senior Director and Curator of Education, Ashley Andrukovich. Next, we have the Senior Director of Preservation, Collections, and Exhibitions, Scott Perkins. And then Senior Director of Operations, Mike Kazumchek. Now, under that Director of Operations are three more departments, and we have the Director of Visitor Services, Jenny Wagner, Director of Safety and Security, Jerry Burke, and Director of Maintenance, Gary Moore. And then we're going to look at those individual departments. So let's start with education, and that is again, the director there is Ashley Andrukovich. Under Ashley, we have School Programs and Outreach Manager, Amy Humbert. This particular position focuses on really K-12 programs. And then we have Manager of Public Programs, which is Max Edzema, and the educators or guided tour staff fall directly under Max, and then of course Max reports back up to Ashley. And then the third division in education is the Fallingwater Institute Programs Manager, and that's Marie Wolf. And Fallingwater Institute programs would have high school students, but they would be high school students who are participating in our residency programs, or perhaps maybe some type of workshop on site, maybe that's a few hours long. Also, adult programs fall under Fallingwater Institute, whereas school programs and outreach, I said that focuses on K-12. This would be more the Fallingwater field trips that we have on site. Next, we're going to move on to Senior Director of Operations, and that's Mike Kazemchek. And then under Mike, we have Visitor Services. The director there is Jenny Wagner. Her assistant manager is Pam Porterfield. All of the Visitor Services representatives report to Pam and Jenny. The shuttle driver also falls under Visitor Services, and so does Special Events. And under Special Events, we have the manager is Liz Dombrowski, and the Special Events assistant is Emily Pollender. And then moving over to security, we have the director there is Jerry Burke. The security officer, Nathan Schultz, reports directly to him, and all of the security officers report directly to him as well. Next, we have maintenance, and the director there is Gary Moore. Under Gary would be the maintenance coordinator, Monica Jackson, and then all of the maintenance specialist positions. And then the last department reporting back to the Senior Director of Operations is the horticulturalist, Emily Sachs. Next, we have the Senior Director of Preservation, Collections, and Exhibitions, and that's Scott Perkins. Under Scott, we have the Collections Manager and Archivist, which is Hannah Sioko. Under Hannah is where housekeeping falls, and the head of housekeeping is Deletta Matlick. And then under Deletta, we have the museum housekeeping specialist positions and the facility caretaker. The facility caretakers would be responsible for the visitor center, cleaning of the visitor center, whereas the museum housekeeping specialists are focused more at the house and also at ancillary housing too. For the next position under Scott is the Preservation Project Manager, and that's Jamie Hudson. And then moving on, we have the cafe. The executive chef is Brittany Savage. Under Brittany, there is a position of sous chef who would be kind of the right-hand person cooking down at the cafe. And then there should also be a kitchen assistant who would work directly with Brittany. However, these positions remain currently vacant. Next, we have the cafe team leader, and that's Carlissa Critchfield. And then under Carlissa would be the cafe assistants. And then last, we have the Director of Retail Operations, Craig Falatovich. Under Craig is the Assistant Manager, Josh Blair. Under Josh and Craig are the Museum Store Floor Supervisor, Liana Anke, the Museum Store Associates, and then the Shipping Coordinator reports to both Josh and Craig.